Welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a comprehensive look at Monmouth County, the place you want to be. Monmouth County is centrally located in the state with 27 miles of Atlantic Ocean shoreline, nationally recognized parks, state-of-the-art libraries, school systems, and public services. Monmouth County is home to more than 660,000 residents. It's a great place to work and live. Monmouth in Focus will highlight county services that are readily available to you as a Monmouth County resident. Thanks for joining us for Monmouth in Focus. You'll know why Monmouth County is the place you want to be.
Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm your host, Cynthia Scott. We are here on location today in Red Bank overlooking the beautiful Navesink River, as you can see. And joining me right now is Freeholder Director Tom Arnone. Thanks so much for joining us today, Director.
Thank you, Cynthia. It's great. What a beautiful day. And this is what the Jersey Shore is all about. Look at, we couldn't pick a better day to be out here and to promote what the Jersey Shore is right now.
Absolutely, Director. Tourism, such a huge part of the Jersey Shore, and not just the shore, but all of Monmouth County. Let's talk a little bit about how we're doing so far with the beginning of the tourism season.
We're doing great. And, and I think it was the proactive approach we took from the storm, which was devastating to many municipalities here in Monmouth County. But what Monmouth County is resilient. And what we did is the day after the storm, we started to look forward what we were going to need to achieve come our opening season. And we proved that it worked. And we worked very hard with the municipalities and the state of New Jersey to make that happen.
Absolutely. Director, what specifically were you able to do to promote the Jersey Shore, to promote Monmouth County, during those rough winter months when we were trying to restore our shore?
Sure. Well, what we did is, first of all, we received the New Jersey tourism grant, and that gave us the ability and the resources to market a little bit more than we probably would have done in the previous years or have done in the previous years. And what that did was for me to have the ability with the Freeholder Board to bring the mayors in that were really, really affected, to let them know that we were going to be their partner, along with the state's assistance, and move forward to promote them and market to them whatever ability they wanted and what they needed.
Director, how important is tourism to Monmouth County and New Jersey?
Oh, it's huge. Well, let's just take Monmouth County. And with Monmouth County, $2.1 billion is spent here in Monmouth County. And that's a huge number. And what that basically reflects is the amount of jobs that it will bring. And it's over 30,000 full and part-time jobs that will come here through the summer season, the tourist season. And that's a lot of people back to work that need to be.
And how important is that, especially after Superstorm Sandy?
It's huge. It's huge. It's just an uplift for our county. And I will tell you, by the middle of the summer, we'll never forget Storm Sandy. We absolutely will never, and we shouldn't forget. But we will be very proud of what our municipalities did and the assistance that the county did. And I have to commend everybody through the county side too, because everybody has been on board, and that was the only way that this was going to work.
Absolutely. How does tourism help the residents of Monmouth County?
Oh, it helps them tremendously. I would say if we did not have tourism, and you took those numbers that I gave you right there, you're probably talking an average of $1,400 per household of taxes, increased taxes. So it is a big base here. And, a lot of people come to me and say, we're really promoting tourism. Why is the county doing that? On the selfish side, it's for those reasons right there.
That's great.
But on a side that we need to have those smiles, those kids on the beach, people, in the western part of the county, tourism isn't just on the shore. As you said before, it goes all through Monmouth County. And we emphasize that on the County Freeholder Board. We have 53 municipalities that take advantage of it and will continue to take advantage of it, and we will promote them to the best of our ability.
Absolutely, Freeholder. You talk about, tourism not just being about the Jersey Shore, although it's a huge part of it. We have such beautiful parks here. Some of the most beautiful parks in New Jersey and the country throughout.
Without a doubt. We are rated throughout, at least the state of New Jersey. Monmouth County stands head over heels over any county here in Monmouth, and it's something we're very proud of, but it took a lot of work for us to get them back up and running. And I commend our park system, because they're working very hard, and they were hit very hard, very, very hard. And I commend them, and I commend all the staff and all our employees, because we needed everybody on board to make this happen. And this is proof that if everybody works together through all government entities, that the results will be rewarding.
Absolutely. It has been a rough 8 or 9 months leading up to this.
But it's going to
Realtor.
be
You
a
and I
fun
both know.
3 months.
Absolutely. So congratulations on such success and continued success, and it is going to be a great summer here in Monmouth County.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
That is all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
I get to implement solar energy programs that maximize my clients' long-term energy production. It's great for the environment, and it also saves my customers a lot of money on their energy bills. I got my start through Brookdale's short-term, non-credit training program.
Visit our website, brookdalecc.edu/training.
Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm your host, Cynthia Scott. We are here on location today in Red Bank overlooking the beautiful Navesink River, as you can see. And joining me right now is Freeholder Director Thomas Arnone. Thanks so much for joining us today.
No, thank you. What a beautiful day we have here.
Absolutely beautiful. Mary Lou Halverson, who is the president of the New Jersey Restaurant Association. Thanks so much for coming in to talk to us today, Mary Lou.
Thank you very much for having us.
And Kevin Barry, the operations manager here at the Molly Pitcher Inn.
Yes, thank you again for having us.
Pleasure to have all of you here. We're talking about tourism today. It's the beginning of the summer season, long awaiting the summer season after a very, very rough 8 or 9 months. Superstorm Sandy, devastated Monmouth County, many parts of the Jersey Shore, so much of the tourism industry. Director, let's talk with you first about, the beginning of the summer season and how far we have come to get here.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. With all the municipalities working together with the county for many reasons, and we talk about tourism and the need to have these beaches open for the revenue for the municipalities that they need and for the county needs, but then there's a flip side of that, and that's the economic development side of it, where these businesses, this is their livelihood. They employ many people here in Monmouth County, and we needed to help them and give them the resources, let them know whatever way we can market for them to let people know we're open, and so they can back thriving even better than they were before.
Absolutely, and Mary Lou, specifically, we're going to talk about restaurants right now as president of the New Jersey Restaurant Association. First of all, tell us a little bit about the association, what it does, and how it helps the businesses.
We represent all 24,000 eating establishments in the state of New Jersey, everything from your fine dining down to chains, fast food, you name it, soup to nuts, as
Sure.
you should say. And we do lobby on labor issues, hospitality issues, liquor license issues, regulatory, as well as member benefits. We also provide free ServSafe training, which is required by the state of New Jersey, so that you're safe when you walk into any of our fine New Jersey restaurants, that you know that you're going to have served your food safely, and it's been prepared
And Mary Lou, so many restaurants here in Monmouth County were affected by Superstorm Sandy, closed, shut down. Unfortunately, some are not going to be able to open. But for those that have opened or are going to open, how important is that to tourism for the summer?
It's very important, and as I believe, as the freeholder, said, it's important to the businesses themselves, because that is their livelihood. But it's also important to the economy of the state of New Jersey because of the sales tax revenue that it generates,
Sure.
the jobs that it creates. We employ 100% of New Jersey residents. Unlike other industries, we're not outsourcing to other states or other countries.
Right.
So we employ local. So that's why it's important on both sides.
Some of the stories, if you can maybe talk about one of them, a success story that was devastated by the storm and is back open now, on its feet, and trying to become what it once was or something new. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
I do. One of our board members, Marilyn Schlossback from Asbury Park, she had 3 restaurants that were severely affected.
Sure.
She had huge obstacles trying to get her insurance money, went out, got a loan on her own, got her restaurants back up and running, doing this while she still is a huge community activist and is constantly there for other people. So, you know, it's certainly a story that we're proud of in our industry, because I think it's very telling of, you know, we're the hospitality industry, and I think that we really show that in every sense of the word.
Right, absolutely. And a great example of how when you get shot down, you come back up. Really, so many stories in Monmouth County that we can talk about. Kevin, you are the operations manager here at the Molly Pitcher Inn. Lodging as a whole was also affected by the storm. Can you tell us a little bit about that? If you want to cite some examples here at the Molly Pitcher.
Absolutely. We were actually damaged, both Molly Pitcher Inn and Oyster Point Hotel, who's our sister property. Oyster Point was actually closed for almost 4 months. While we had to rebuild. Our whole operation got wiped out from flooding, and 20 rooms here at the Molly Pitcher also got damaged, which we actually just got back in April. So we had a long winter that went through, but it's so important. We had to get ready for the season. You know, we had so many events going on. The town of Red Bank also really counted on us to get open, because we do so much with the community. We actually helped out one of our fellow restaurants in Red Bank, who also got damaged by the storm. We did a big fundraiser, and that was also our opening for the Oyster Point. So we were able to get together and raise some money for, you know, one of our friends, and it was really great. Like Mary Lou said, many places won't come back, but most will. Many restaurants, many hotels that were damaged are all looking forward to a great season. I think that it's going to be positive. You know, the state's been doing a lot to promote the shore, and I think it's really going to help out. We're seeing a lot of numbers come in that we weren't expecting. The publicity has just been great, and Red Bank has been great to us, and you know, we're looking forward to a really great year.
That's great. If we can go back, we'll start with you, Director. 8 or 9 months when you know the storm hit, October 29th, that devastating night, and the days after it. What was going through your mind, you know, saying, my gosh, what are we going to do for the summer season? We rely so much on tourism here in Monmouth County. We have people coming not just from North Jersey or South Jersey, but from Philadelphia, from New York, from the Northeast, from other parts of the country to see our beautiful Jersey Shore and the other things that Monmouth County has to offer. What's happening?
Well, I'll tell you, it was something. And obviously the first thing we had to look at is the safety. Make sure the safety was in place, and I commend our Office of Emergency Management, Sean Golden, our sheriff, for putting that in place. Then we had to look at the devastation to the whole economy and to the personal businesses. Personal business, we looked at what the municipality's effect was. Then as we rode up and down the coast and we looked at the devastation to the businesses, and we looked at potential livelihoods being destroyed.
Sure.
And look to see how these businesses were going to be able to come back and bring back to feed themselves again and to feed many families that they employed. So what we did is, fortunately, we were ahead of the curve, I think, in Monmouth County, because of an initiative that we started called Grow Monmouth, where we had an engagement with the municipalities, and what the relationship that we had with them and the businesses by talking to the chambers of commerce, going there prior to the storm, going to many meetings and doing presentations, that they knew we were on their side. Monmouth County is pro-business. We know that that's a big effect, and that we rely a lot on the business world. So we knew that we had the 3 relationships between the municipality, the county, and the businesses, that we were going to work together. Streamline processes, make it easier for these businesses to open up. And I think in most cases, and I haven't heard of any bad effects or bad experiences that businesses have, they seem to all be working with their local municipalities because they rely on those businesses too. Right. So I think it was an initial shock when I drove around the shore here, but I was hoping for this day, and this day's here, and I'm very proud to say that these businesses are in Monmouth County, and that the municipalities, how they worked in Monmouth County too.
Great. All right, all good things to come too. Mary Lou, quickly, how about you, when the storm hit? I know you were in the middle of somewhat of a transition.
Yeah, that was my first day. So I closed the office for 2 days and walked in the next day and kind of started going from there. I think that 2 things I would say in hindsight, and it's never really productive to look back, but I think looking at the insurance issues, that's been the number one obstacle our restaurants and many, like Kevin, has had to deal with, is getting insurance, and many of them have been taking loans out on their own to get their businesses back up and running. And I'm sure that's not just specific to the restaurant industry. So I think that there needs to be some more oversight with that, because it's very bad. And the other thing that the restaurant industry, we really like to partner more with the local municipalities and counties, because those restaurants that were not affected could be a great resource in times of emergency, because we do have food, we had generators, we had electricity, we were a place that you could go to eat. So to use us as part of their emergency management plan and using your local restaurants, I think is a great opportunity, a great partnership with local government. So something that we would like to explore further.
Great point. And Kevin, again, the night of the storm.
I was actually here.
Of course.
I was running between both hotels.
For several days after that too,
yes,
I imagine.
Absolutely. We were prepared. We thought we were prepared as best as can be. And as the water came up, you start to get a little nervous, and to the point where we were almost waist deep in water, and we said, at this point, it's time to pack up, make sure all of our guests who are with us are okay. We shut down the Oyster Point Hotel that night, actually in the morning. In preparation, is just assuming, working with local OEM and having their guidance. We closed one hotel and brought everyone to the Molly Pitcher and made sure everyone was in the best place possible. Several days after the storm, after the aftermath, we were just analyzing, see what we had to do. We had contractors come in, we had recovery companies come in, give us the kind of what we had to do. And pretty much the day after the storm, we started getting back together, because we knew season, it's not that far away, and our peak season is really from Labor Day to Memorial Day to Labor Day. So we had to get up and running, and we did everything we could, and luckily we're here now, and with two fully operational hotels, and trying to help out wherever we can.
Great. Been a long 8 or 9 months, but you said it, great director, in our last segment. We're going to expect a great 3 months ahead of us, and well-deserved by all of you. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. For more information about tourism, you can go to www.visitmonmouth.com. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey, my name's Katie, and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm an A average student, and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. And everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie, if you want me to do a little, no.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm your host, Cynthia Scott. We are here on location in Red Bank today, overlooking the beautiful Navesink River, continuing to talk about tourism here in Monmouth County. And joining me right now is Adam Phillipson, the executive director of the beautiful Count Basie Theater, right here in Red Bank. Thanks so much for joining us today, Adam.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Adam, let's start by talking about how important a role the arts play here in Monmouth County.
Oh, I mean, the arts is, in general, in my opinion, is a huge economic engine for a community, for tourism. People always come to town, they want to see what's playing, or a museum, or a festival, and things of that nature. So, we have about 200,000 people that come in our theater, and we're constantly aware of the fact that there's half are here in the county, and half are from out of the county. So I think it's a big part of our economic engine here.
And that's such a great point, Adam, especially, Red Bank is centrally located to people who live in Monmouth County, to people who live in other parts of New Jersey as well as New York, and people love it.
They do.
And, the Count Basie Theater is just such a wonderful venue. How important is it to seek people from the outside to come here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, really important. And we're constantly redefining how we market and how we reach out. We have a very large mailing list and an email list, and we're always finding other areas to put ourselves out there so that we can bring people in. As I said, we have about half of our audience come from outside the county. So we know it's really important for us to be reaching out, and I think some of that's just, if you hear that the Monkees are playing and we're the only place in New Jersey where that's playing, you're going to come from pretty far if you're a fan.
Right, and obviously the Count Basie has quite an array of venues. Could be the Monkees maybe, or a show. Tell us what you have there to offer to people of all ages.
Yeah, well, I mean, we really make a point to make sure that we're reaching a very diverse audience. That there's great rock shows, but there's also great cultural programming. We have opera, and we have a jazz series that we're about to launch with Diana Krall, kicking that off in October, and festivals, and then younger programming, and it's really a pretty wide range for us. if you look at our website, it's just constant that you'll see what's coming. We have probably anywhere in the summer between, I would say, 3 and 4 shows a week. So
Wow.
it's real busy.
Sure, and I would imagine getting the word out is so important here, correct?
No, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of it's word of mouth, and this is people are coming to Red Bank.
Right.
So there's always that what's going to be at the Basie tonight, but we really see ourselves as just a regional center for the arts, but also for arts education and our outreach program that we have. So it's a lot of outreach in a variety of ways.
There's also a lot of history at the Count Basie, isn't there?
There is. The building was built in 1924. And it was a vaudeville house and an old movie house, and so it's just we're actually, believe it or not, beginning to think about what we're going to do for our 100-year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's a great history. It's a rich history. Everyone's played, or there's been a movie that had a celebrity that was involved in it since the beginning. So it's just really kind of exciting.
It's almost like people have a story to tell about the Count
People
Basie.
have a story. Everyone that I've met so far has some sort of a touch point with this theater, whether it's a great show that they've seen, or their grandfather was in a symphony, or it was the first time they saw the Nutcracker. It's really a rich history, and we're just working hard to continue that tradition.
Let's talk a little bit, Adam, the effect of Superstorm Sandy and what it may have had at the Count Basie on ticket sales.
It did, actually. I mean, thankfully, there was no extensive damage to the building, but Red Bank was on a curfew, so business stopped. We had to cancel about 8 shows, and some of them we were able to reschedule, others we were not. But it was just business as usual, couldn't happen. You can't send an email to someone saying, come see this. I mean, life changed.
Yeah.
So we adapted really quickly. We became a warming station. We showed free movies. We hosted with FEMA, the ability to come and do a press conference, and then we started to do a series of concerts that were raising money. We raised almost $400,000 for Sandy relief. Some great artists donated their time. So that was the way that as a venue, we were able to respond. But yeah, business changed, but things have changed and picked up again, so that's the good news.
All right, Adam, thanks so much for joining us. So
My
many
pleasure.
wonderful things going on at the Count Basie.
Thank you.
All
Hope
right.
we'll see you soon.
Best of luck in the future.
Thanks.
That is all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone.
I get to be part of a veterinary healthcare team and help take care of animals. I got my start at Brookdale's short-term non-credit training program.
To learn more on how to get your start at Brookdale, visit brookdalecc.edu/training.
Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm Cynthia Scott, your host for this segment of Monmouth in Focus, and we are here in beautiful Red Bank overlooking the Navesink River. Joining me right now is Bill Gelhaus. He is one of the owners of Keensburg Amusement Park, and we are talking tourism today, Bill.
Yes,
so
we are.
much to talk about here in Monmouth County. Keensburg Amusement, a large attraction.
Right, we have over 600 employees, and we have taken a pretty big hit from the storm, but we are back. We opened up on Palm Sunday, and today we're at about 85%, which is a minor miracle considering the hit that we took from Superstorm Sandy.
Let's talk a little bit about the devastation and the impact that it had at Keensburg Amusements.
Well, it really affected every single ride we have, either the motors, the electronics, the wheels, all of the buildings. We only lost one building. It was a small building. But all of the other buildings needed to be taken apart, the sheetrock and so forth, and cleaned up. The berm failed behind us, and all of the sand from the dune and the berm came flooding onto our property. So it was a massive cleanup job. It took us over a month, almost 2 months, just to get rid of all the sand.
And then you opened Palm Sunday.
We opened Palm Sunday.
Okay, great.
Which
Most
was
of
a
it.
minor miracle. We were very happy, but that's 7 days a week working. I mean, we have worked every single day. My first day off, and our employees' first day off, was Thanksgiving.
Wow. How important are amusement parks to tourism here in Monmouth County?
I think they're critical. They give in today's world, where you sit in a cubicle or you sit at a computer and you're very solitary existence, an amusement park and a water park are the ability to go out and have fun in a community with other people. You hear other people laugh. You see them going on rides and screaming, or you see them winning prizes. So it is a joint, shared experience, and that's really important in today's society to have that.
And let's talk about that array of what you have to offer. You have obviously the rides.
Correct.
And the water parks.
Right. We have the rides, which are about 36 rides, and we have water park with 2 brand new, really high thrill speed slides that we've put in. And we have about 25 games, all of which are brand new this year, the games, and really state-of-the-art games, state-of-the-art prizes, and you see people walking around with prizes. It's so important to us that people actually win. So the other thing that's important to us, of course, is safety.
Right.
Safety is job number 1 for us. Nothing is open unless we're satisfied it's safe. Every ride is inspected daily. There is a sheet for each ride that tells the inspector what has to be checked. And we then have a double safety in that the state is always there looking over our shoulder and then looking at the rides to make sure that they are in fact safe. So safety is a high priority. We're in the fun business. We don't want to hurt anybody.
Sure. A family-owned business for many, many years.
105.
Wow.
Congratulations. 3rd generation.
Wow.
4th generation coming up.
Bill, this summer, we're just in the first week of June, but this summer had to have been a little different than opening in previous
big
seasons.
time. It's been, the only good thing that I can say is that we have taken lemons and made lemonade. We have, the rides are now just like they came out of the factory. They, been between replacing the parts, repainting them, redoing all the motors and the electronics. We have new attractions that we've put in. So really it's something to come see, because we didn't simply rebuild what we had. We improved it. So our 10-year improvement plan got shrunk down to 1 year, actually 6 months.
Sure.
So we've done 10 years of improvements in just a very short period of time.
A lot of work there. I wish you a successful summer season.
Thank you. Well, we just hope for good, warm, sunny days and good weather forecast.
Lots of crowds.
Yes.
All right,
Thank
Phil. Thanks so much for joining us today. Pleasure to have you here on Monmouth in Focus.
Thank you.
That is all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. For more information about the tourism industry, you can go to www.visitmonmouth.com. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Cynthia Scott.